Historical Museum, and a guide inside gave us an interesting description of an early pioneer house.
Country kitchen in there. It's set up like what a tent house would be.
Tent house.
Can I show you?
Okay. What's a tent house?
I'll show you. There's a picture of it there, and there's another picture over on that wall. But you see, there's tent. This is wooded around the bottom. Then there was tent, canvas, and some of them were just mostly main tent type. But if you had a little bit more money, then you could put a wood roof on the top of it, and you roll this stuff up and down, and keep the dust and the stuff like that. And in the winter, you could, hold the heat in. Now, well, in this room, we've made it a kitchen, but if we took this old washing machine out, squared this off, because this is a freestanding wire, we had to do this. But if you squared this off, moved the stove, and moved everything around, there is room to put a bed in here, so that you could live right in your house. And my grandparents, when they got married in 1909, lived in a tent house for a short period of time until they got a regular house. But many people did early back then when they didn't have a whole lot of money. And the other thing was that people came out here for their health, especially tuberculosis and that type of thing, because they felt the dry air was good for them. And of course, back then we didn't have all the stuff in here, so there wasn't the smog that we have now. And they would live out in the desert away from everybody else in a tent house.
Tent houses are unique to this.
You have to stop and think with our type of weather. We could live like this. Now, this is equivalent kind of to the sod houses in the Midwest where they didn't have a lot of trees to cut down to build a house. So they would cut, the dirt out, which would be a little bit like our adobe that we have, which is, you go farther south, and that's from Mexico.
It's fun to get away from all the gift shops and go take advantage of that history that's offered at the Scottsdale Mall at the Little Red Schoolhouse. And that wraps up our look at Arizona. We hope you've enjoyed the show, seeing the highlights of the Grand Canyon, Scottsdale, Tempe, and Sedona.